Okay, today is April 13th, 2024, and we are going to continue the next update on the pepper series. So today I'm taking these guys outside, and before we can transplant them in the raised beds, we have to get them acclimated. So I have to put them in the sun for maybe 15-20 minutes, take it out, and then repeat the process for maybe a few days, up to a week, before they get adjusted. Then you can transplant them. And the reason for that is the plants have been indoors for all this time, and the sun is much more extreme than the light inside your house. And so for the new folks, you make sure you do that, or else the plants will burn. And when they burn, if they burn so badly, they will not recover. So make sure to go through that process. It's very important. Just put them in the sun for 10-15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, and just watch it, and then take it out, and then repeat it for up to a week. And then once they're good to go, you can transplant them and then leave them outside permanently. So we're gonna do that now. Okay, here we are in the sun. So I'll leave them here for 15-20 minutes. I'll make sure I monitor them, and if they wilt, I gotta take them out quickly. So again, make sure you do that for up to a week before you permanently put them in your pot or raised bed outside. Okay, today is May 4th, 2024, and I have left the plants outside for I think 3 weeks now. And yeah, they're way more than ready to be transplanted into the ground or into bigger pots. And normally I would not do this. It's just because I have been so lazy. Yep, I have been so lazy that I have not divided these guys up yet. And so everything is going to be root bounded. So the roots are all going to be tangled and crisscrossing over each other. So when I take these out, I'm going to damage some of the roots. But that's okay. Pepper plants are pretty hardy. They will recover. So let's go ahead and take these out and then split them up and transplant some. Okay, so what I usually do when I take them apart is so they come out of the cup pretty easily, and everything is bounded here. So I try to loosen it up a little bit. You're going to damage some, but that's fine. And let's see if I can just pull this out. See, as long as you have this amount of roots right here, it should be okay. And so I just pull them out like so. Let's see. Okay, so that's how we're gonna pull them out, and then let's go ahead and transplant some of these. Okay, so here is a place where I'm going to put a few of them, and there's already vegetables in the way, so that's fine. We're just gonna take these guys out. And as you can see, there's roly-polies all around here. So for young plants, it could be pretty detrimental to young plants because these guys will try to eat them. And so what we can do is we'll just pull the vegetable out, and then we'll put a pile somewhere like that. And then it kind of leads the roly-polies to that, and hopefully it will ignore the pepper plant. So that's the idea. It works pretty well, but sometimes they're just random. Sometimes a few of them would climb on the pepper plants and would eat them. And if it gets too crazy, they eat all my peppers, then I have these baits that I can use to kill some of them. But normally I don't want to kill them. I just leave them because they're pretty good for the soil. And then because I'm gonna plant them pretty deep, so I'm gonna just remove some of the bottom leaves. And there it is. So these are my peach star-kissed, and the area right here is pretty shaded sometimes because the trees get pretty big, but hopefully it will be enough for the plants to grow in the middle of the crazy summer. Maybe the, shading it a little bit helps, so we'll see. Okay, I have 4 peach Star Kiss transplanted here. And you see those bundles of vegetables are here. Those are to deter or to direct the roly-polies away from these plants because they love the young leaves of pepper plants. Okay, so as for the rest of the plants, these are all grown indoors early. And man, it's been raining like crazy. And so we got a lot of rain, and then you see that? When you get too much water in the bucket, you can tell how heavy this is, then there's damage to the leaves like this. And then you get yellow leaves that would fall off, and they look like they're diseased, but I know for this one here, it's because it's too much water. So watch your plant. When it's too much water, they'll start to drop leaves, they'll start to drop all the buds. You may see some spots like this. See that? And then these here, these are looking good. I need to remove that arugula plant out of the way. And then this here, and also these here, it's also due to wind damage, because where I live, man, the wind is crazy over here. We call it the Windy City because it's always windy, and if my plants are too tall, they usually snap and break. Even if they're short, the wind will just like damage the young leaves. And so one of the reasons I always pinch my peppers at the top to keep them shorter, that's one of the reasons. Normally I would try to let them grow, but when they grow too tall, they'll just snap and break. And so I try to keep them as low as possible. This one here is low naturally because it was over winter from a stump right there. See that little stump down there? And now we have fruits already. You see this? It's a very healthy plant, and it's nice and short. The leaves are kind of like low to the ground, so the wind doesn't get it, and so it looks very nice and healthy. This one here, man, the wind really did some damage to those. And I have some more plants here that I need to transplant. I didn't need all this. These were volunteer from last year. It's one of my crosses, and I really like it. And so I just let the seeds drop and grow again, and I'll just pick the strongest plant out and I'll transplant it somewhere. But I have a lot just in case everything else dies. I still have a bunch of these. And I have some overwinter plant right here. See all these little damage right here? Those are the roly-polies. They keep eating these. And so I try to keep them away, but they just love the pepper leaves. And that one there is overwinter, but it's not doing too well because it was covered by the vegetables. And then at the bottom we have leaves, and then the roly-polies ate a lot of them. And here I just cleared an area, so I will be transplanting some over here. And this raised bed is going to also be for peppers. My vegetables are basically going to be done. I'm going to compost all of these, and that is going to be used for pepper plants. And here are some that I bought from last few months ago, and it didn't do too well because the condition was cold and hot and cold and hot, and so now it's just starting to begin to develop new leaves and starting to grow. These are lemon starbursts that I transplanted from a little cup. These are the ones that I bought. I think these are the habanero, and this is the ghost. You see, the roly-polies have been eating them also. Look at that one. They just chewed them all up. But we'll see if I can keep those alive. And then the last two is an enormous plant from last season, so I overwinter those, and so that they have a pretty good start. And so that is pretty much all I have right now. Give you a glimpse of my shiso, like a sea of them. So they're so beautiful. So that's what they look like under my tree. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much all I have for the pepper update. Not much going on. It's warmer now. There's no more cold front. And so we're going to get the plants to grow pretty soon. And next update, you may see a lot more plants being transplanted out. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.